Listen carefully, all of you. From today, the kitty is my daughter, and I am her mom. If I am the queen here, then from today the kitty is a princess. If I find anyone in this palace talking about the kitty or mentioning her past, they will not only lose their job but also their life. In this palace, the kitty will follow the same rules and protocols as royal babies do. I will have to arrange a party to officially announce this, so that all my relatives and friends know it. Send a party invitation to everyone so that I can officially announce that I have adopted the kitty. You all may leave now. I've heard that the Queen has adopted the kitty. Yes, I've heard that too. Big people, big decisions. But the Queen isn't even married yet. What was the need for such kindness? She should return the kitty to her grandparents. You don't know the secrets of this palace. So what is it about this palace? You tell me. Shh, be quiet. Even the walls have ears. The Queen is installing cameras in the palace, so we can't say anything anywhere. But how do you know the dark secrets of the palace? My grandmother also worked here. She lived with the Queen's grandmother. And my mother worked with the Queen's mother, but unfortunately, due to my mother's sudden death, she couldn't introduce me to the Queen. Oh, I see. I've heard that the Queen's father was having an affair with the Queen's mother's sister, who lived in London. Wait, what? She became pregnant and pressured the king to marry her. The king was ready to leave the Queen's mother and sent a message to the palace saying that he wanted to marry the Queen's sister. But the king's mother did not agree, because she did not like the Queen's sister at all. She was very rigid and rebellious. The king had already made all the arrangements to divorce the Queen's mother. He was the king. Who could stop him? But then it was discovered that Queen Victoria was pregnant with Queen Elizabeth, so the king was very happy because of this news, but he still could not leave his girlfriend. Then the king secretly married the Queen's sister. And the king returned to his queen. It was then that the king's soldier revealed what the king used to do there. First, the Queen cried a lot. Then, no one knows what happened, she suddenly became normal. And said that from that day onward, she herself would prepare the king's food.
The Queen cooked food of his choice every day. Very pleasant days passed and time went on. Queen's sister never contacted the king. Or you could say that Queen Victoria never allowed them to stay in contact. The king became very weak and started falling ill frequently. The king tried to find out about the Queen's sister, but it was discovered that she had run away with someone else. The Queen gave birth to a child, and on the same day, blood started coming from the king's mouth.
The Queen was in labor, and in another room, the king was diagnosed as being near death. Later, it was discovered that the king had been given a slow-acting poison. As soon as the baby cried, a scream came from the king's room, and the king's mother was crying. The princess went into her mother's arms, and the dead king was in his mother's arms. Just as the king's funeral was about to begin, the news came that the Queen had also died, and the funeral for both was held together. Just as the king's funeral was about to begin, the news came that the Queen had also died, and the funeral for both was held together. The Queen had taken poison, and later it was discovered that she was the one who had poisoned the king. The Queen's sister came to the funeral holding a child, and shocked everyone by revealing that the child was the king's daughter and that the two were married. The king's mother was furious. She blamed her for the deaths of both the king and the queen. So she had her thrown out of the palace and ordered that if she or her daughter were ever seen near the palace again, they should be killed. Then the princess's grandmother died when the princess was 18 years old. She found out about her father's secret marriage and got in touch with her sister. Oh, really? How dramatic. And the rest is before your eyes. The two sisters were never able to meet. That's why Princess adopted Kitty? Yes. What have you both been doing here for so long, and who is mentioning Kitty's name?